This is lesson 85 for Saxon Math 5 Intermediate. What we're looking at today is we're looking at units of capacity, and we're looking at being able to switch between different units. So being able to switch from pints to quarts and quarts to gallons and ounces to pints and then milliliters to liters. So as you see, I've put them up here. This is the US customary system. It has 16 ounces in 1 pint, 2 pints in 1 quarter, 4 quart, 4 quarts in 1 gallon, and then the metric system is 1,000 milliliters to 1 liter. So we're going to take a look at switching some of these. So for example, if I had 1 quart of juice, how many ounces of juice would I have? Okay, so if I had 1 quart of juice in my lovely juice bottle, okay, how many ounces would I have? So how I find this is I come up here and I look at my chart and I go, okay, well, I know there's 2 pints in a quart, but I don't know how many ounces are in a quart just offhand. So what I need to do is I need to do some conversion. So 1 quart to 2 pints. I'm going to times, because I'm going from a smaller number to a larger number. So one quart is equal to 2 pints. Okay, I can start there. Then I come up here. 1 pint is equal to 16 ounces. Okay, well, I have 2 pints, and 1 pint is equal to 16. So 2 pints would equal 2 16s. So what I can do is I can take the 16 and I can times it by 2, because again, I'm going to a bigger number if you notice. So I'm going to be timesing. So I'm going to times how many pints I have to how many ounces. Okay, because what this says, again, remember with our multiplication, this says 2 groups of 16. That's what that says. And that's what I need, is I need 2 groups of 16, because 1 group is 16. So I need 2 groups of 16 for 2 pints. So I do that. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And we get 32. Okay, another way to do this, if this wouldn't make sense to you, is to go, I need 2 pints. 1 pint is 16. So that means 1 is 16, and I need 2, so another 1 is 16, and I add them together, and I would still get 32. Okay, both of these ways will work, just depends on which way you go. Okay, these charts, by the way, are found in your textbook at the very beginning of this lesson. So in the end, I have 32 ounces. Let's take a look at another one. A half gallon of milk is how many quarts of milk? So if I have a half gallon, okay, so a half gallon is how many quarts? So again, we're looking for how many quarts of milk. Okay, so again, I need to do a couple of different things here. Now this is nice because 1 gallon goes to 4 quarts. So I don't have to do 2 steps. I only really have to do 1. So a half gallon. If 1 gallon is 4 quarts, half of 1, that's what we're looking at. If 1 equals 4, I'm looking for half of this, because a full gallon equals 4. So half a gallon would be half of 4. So if I'm halving 4, I am turning it into 2. Okay, so there are 2 quarts in a gallon. Now, if you notice for this one, I use division. It's because I'm going from a bigger number to a smaller number. Okay, it's told me a half a gallon. So I'm going from, I have to take this 4 and I have to turn it into half a gallon instead of 1 gallon. So by doing that, I take the 4 and I divide it by 2, because that means this gallon is being broken up into two groups. Because remember, if we drew a half, this is a half, so it has 2 groups altogether. So while the whole would be 4, I need to know what only half of it is. So I divided by 2 because there's 2 groups altogether. Okay, last one we're going to look at is we're going to look at some milliliters and liters. So if you have half a liter, if you have half a liter, that is equal to 500 milliliters. Okay, half a liter is equal to 500 milliliters. That's the very same thing we did over here. We said half a gallon was equal to 2 quarts because it is half of a whole quart. Okay, half of a whole quart or half of a full liter. So if half a liter is equal to 500 milliliters, how many milliliters are equal to 3.5 liters? So if I have 3.5 liters, okay, how many milliliters would that be? So what I need to do is I need to come back over here and I need to go, okay, I have 3 wholes, okay? 1 whole liter is 1,000. So that means 3 1,000s. So I can either do 1,000 times 3, or I can do 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000, as long as I have 3 groups in the end. This ends up being 3,000. And then the half. Now, luckily for us, it's already told us what half a liter is. It's told us it's 500. So I can just add 500 to my 3,000 I already have, and that equals 3,500. So I have 3,500 milliliters. Now, if you'd like to use a calculator for this lesson, feel free. Some of the numbers do get quite big. If not, you can work it out in your book using pictures, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, whatever way works best for you. This is lesson 85 for Saxon Math Intermediate.